A dog stood on the side of the road, thin and tired. His fur was patchy and his eyes showed nothing but fear. He didn't trust anyone. The moment people tried to get close, he turned and ran. That's exactly what happened when a man noticed him one day. The man wanted to help, but the dog's fear made it almost impossible. At first, the man thought food would win him over. He brought some treats, the kind that most dogs would gobble up in seconds. But this dog wasn't interested. He didn't even look at the food. The man quickly realized the problem wasn't hunger, it was thirst. The poor dog was so dehydrated that food didn't matter. The next day, the man returned with a plan. This time he came with meat, and inside the meat he carefully hid deworming medicine. Slowly, things started to change. The dog didn't run away as quickly. He began to see that this human wasn't here to hurt him. By the third day, something surprising happened. Instead of running, the dog actually came closer. His tail wagged, just a little, as if he was finally willing to give trust a chance. The man knew this was his moment. He gently secured the dog with a leash and brought him to the vet for a full checkup. To his surprise, the dog didn't resist. He walked alongside him and behaved calmly during the visit. For a dog that had once been so afraid, this was already a big step forward. The vet's examination revealed a lot. The dog was about 3 years old and had already been neutered, which meant he once had an owner. His fur was in terrible condition, with large patches of black hair loss. His lymph nodes were swollen, and his stomach was upset. His body was full of ticks, and the inflammation was serious. Clearly, he had been left to suffer for a long time. Despite all this, the dog stayed calm. He didn't bite, and he allowed the doctor to draw blood without trouble. It was heartbreaking to think that such a gentle dog had been abandoned, but now at least he was in safe hands. The dog was admitted to the hospital for treatment. While he recovered, the man visited him every single day. The dog began to look forward to those visits more than anything. As soon as he heard the man's voice, he would run over with excitement. It didn't take long before he started to see the man as his new owner. Half a month earlier, this dog was scared, sick, and completely alone. Now he was wagging his tail, asking for hugs, and seeking attention like any other happy dog. He loved spending time with the man, especially when they went outside to play near the hospital. Even though he was still weak, he chased after him, full of energy and joy. For 20 days, the dog stayed in the hospital, receiving the care he desperately needed. Then, finally, it was time to go home. His recovery had been incredible. His fur was slowly growing back. His appetite had returned, and his body was healing. The man welcomed him into his home, where he met his new sister. She was shocked at first by how quickly he ate his food, almost as if he was afraid it would disappear. To help him, the man started using a special slow feeding bowl. It taught the dog to eat more calmly and safely. Life was finally changing for him. He had a home, regular meals, and people who cared for him. He went on walks, played with his new family, and enjoyed every moment. His fur continued to grow, and with each passing day, he looked stronger and healthier. The once fearful stray had now become a loving, loyal companion. In just a month, his transformation was remarkable. From a sick and lonely stray on the roadside to a happy dog living with people who loved him, it was a second chance at life. His days were now filled with play, comfort, and joy. And maybe that's the most beautiful part. Even when the world seems harsh and unfair, there are always people willing to step in and help. This man gave a stray dog not just food and medicine, but also love and trust. And the dog, in return, gave back loyalty and happiness. Now he never has to worry about being alone again. He's no longer afraid. He's finally home. If this story touched you, give it a like. Share it so more people can see how small acts of kindness can change a life forever. And if you've ever rescued a dog or cat, tell us your story in the comments.